our workload is maybe 5-6 times higher than it used to be, and our bill is still less than it was a year ago. So CattleEye is a company. We deploy 2D off-the-shelf security cameras onto dairy farms, and we use that to monitor the health of dairy animals via bringing up footage into the cloud. And we've got a bunch of deep learning machine vision algorithms that run then on that footage. So our workload, majority of it is deep learning inference, and it's ran in batch processing. So we bring up 12 hours of footage and process that. And that leads us to quite a spiky workload. So we can have a demand to have 200 plus machines run at once or 0 at once. That meant kind of that the likes of reserved instances wasn't really applicable to us. Because it kind of not real-time batch processing, Spot instances were quite a good fit for us to try and reduce the cost, because obviously running deep learning inference can get very, very expensive on video. So we looked into Spot instances. So initially we found it a bit tricky because we were running on GPU instances, and then we did some performance analysis and we got some model fine tuning. So we were able to run on CPU pretty cost effectively. So then that's when we started to transfer the workload over into Spot. So now we run 100% of the inference pipeline on Spot scaling, the batch processing on Spot scaling. So what that means for us now that we can run on CPU, there's a much wider selection of instance types that we can run on. And we just have a baseline performance that we need, and then everything above that we can run our batch jobs on. And I seen some of the questions earlier around interruptions. So our workload state, so we're running through a video. There may be 10,000 frames in a video. We don't want to process 9,000 frames and then get interrupted by a Spot and have to start again, so it would just be a waste of compute. So what we do with that is we use the local metadata service, and we have an ancillary process that pulls that, and it always gives you a 2-minute warning for interruptions. So EventBridge or the metadata service gives you a 2-minute warning for interruption. So we use that 2-minute warning to do cleanup and checkpointing, so we can checkpoint our process. So whenever the job picks up again, we can start from where we left off and not waste any resources, which is quite a useful process for us. It helps cut down on cost as well. Very easy to set up for us, especially with the instance recommendations and stuff from the DoiT portal. Once we had our baseline, we didn't really need to do much more than that. It's saved us quite a lot over the past year. It's hard to judge exactly, but because we have, because obviously we've grown our workload quite a lot. So I would say our workload is maybe 5-6 times higher than it used to be, and our bill is still less than it was a year ago. So it's been a very, very big thing for us in kind of reducing our operational costs. It does kind of introduce more uncertainty into your operational costs, but the offset of the reduction is more than worth it. So it's harder to predict your cost. The benefit of the massive reduction we've seen. It says they're more than 60%, and that's in our total bill. So that's not just the bill for our inference workload, that's in the total bill, our total production bill for everything. It's been a very good process for us, and it saved us quite a lot of money.